out here today at the Thomas Lee House, located on West Main Street in East Lyme, which is one of the treasures of the town and of the state. It's considered to be one of the oldest wood frame structures in the state that's still in a primitive state. It's had no modernization done to it, so it's a wonderful place to come and see just what people lived like back during the 1600s and 1700s. We're very excited this year as we have put an addition onto our barn to help show some of the history of the town through objects that are in the collections, as well as some that have been brought here. We have the Niantic Fire Department's first fire wagon, which was built around 1890 here in Niantic. And we also have one of the first mail wagons for the town of Niantic, and that was probably in use around the early 1900s, built probably maybe 1909. One of our other exhibits in the barn details the Niantic Indians, and there's a tremendous story about their life here in town. We have exhibits in there on the Lee family, who were involved through practically every aspect of the growing of this town throughout the centuries. The Lee House finally was sold out of the Lee family in the late 1800s and purchased by another gentleman. The gentleman who owned the house did want to tear the Lee House down, and he gave the women 90 days to raise $500. They had $12 in their treasury, so they approached the colonial dames of Connecticut, as well as the Society for the Preservation of New England Antiquities, who made generous contributions to get to the 500 so they could buy the house. It was open to the public in June of 1915 and has been open every year since that for people to come and enjoy the history of not only the house but the town. Also on our property here, we have a schoolhouse which is called the Little Boston School. It was built in 1803 and was located across the street at the entrance to what is now York Correctional Institute. In the 1930s, they wanted to straighten West Main Street, and the road would have gone right through the schoolhouse. So a deal was struck with the state that the Historical Society would grant them the land to build the roadway if they moved the schoolhouse over to the Lee House property, which they did. And so we now have a school set up for people to enjoy. It's geared towards around the 1920s, as that's when the last class was held in the school. We would really love to get some younger people involved in the society and in helping out. We realize that it's difficult for many young families nowadays with both partners working and having children, and they offer so many activities for children that it is difficult. Stop by for a visit and look around. See if maybe you might want to be interested in volunteering an hour or two to help out. But for the most part, it's really fun to be able to share the history of the town, and I really enjoy being able to do that.